My boyfriend called me a gold digger because a proper woman would be happy to look after the house, so I left. Now, he wants my help to pay his rent. I have been with my boyfriend for 2 years. We moved in together 6 months ago and it was all good. We had an understanding that we would go 50-50 on chores and bills until we decided to have a child. As I would be putting my body, career and life on the line, he would obviously need to make up for his lack of risk by contributing more around the house and monetary. Because of this, I believed we had an understanding on how we believed partnership should work. 2 months ago he got a slight promotion and pay bump, which meant we adjusted our cut of the bills to reflect that. But somehow he's comes to expect me to then take up the chores at home. It started with small things that I knew he could do like dishes and laundry and escalated to sitting down all weekend watching me do my half and leaving his half of the chores to accumulate. He blamed it on the stress and added workload, but we're both corporate and work at our desks regardless. I would be more understanding if his job was more physically demanding. It got to a breaking point when I noticed mold in the pots he was meant to clean. If either of us cooks, it's the other's responsibility to clean. He just kept the lid on it so that I wouldn't notice. I needed to take a day off work to catch up with all the cleaning he neglected. The last straw was when he came home without groceries, despite it being his week. Usually when either of us is too tired to do groceries, we let the other know in advance so we can at least order in food. I told him we need to add a cleaner to the bills if he's not happy doing chores anymore, because I refuse to do them if he isn't contributing fairly too. He made an excuse about not wanting a stranger in our flat. I then said we'd need to begin ordering groceries deliverers for the extra cost too if he can no longer be bothered, and he called me frivolous with money. So I suggested that I would be happy to take up these responsibilities, but it would mean I drop my working days from 5 to 4, and I would expect to be compensated for the sacrifice I'm taking to my own career so he can focus on his responsibilities, because apparently they matter more than my own. And I would also expect to be paid an hourly rate for doing the chores at the average market salary for a housekeeper. He seemed so surprised and shocked I'd suggest that and didn't know how to reply despite having an answer for everything I said before. I started to feel like he was trying to manipulate me into a situation that was more ideal to him and less ideal to me. And if he loved me, he wouldn't be doing that. So I asked him if his friends put him up to do this, because I knew they all struggled to keep GFS, and he said a proper woman would be happy to look after the house. And called me a gold digger. I was shocked, because I wasn't asking for designer items, I was asking for fair compensation for my labor, especially seeing as it would dent my own career to take on all this work. So I called him a gold digger for wanting a private chef and housekeeper for free. I was admittedly angry at this point and also told him to stop being so proud of his promotion if he was too broke to afford a chef and cleaner and instead tries to manipulate the woman he loves to do it for free. I told him he was dragging me down when we were supposedly meant to build each other up equitably. The flat is his, so when he was ignoring me after the fight, I started packing. He told me I would see sense, but I didn't bother. I started to feel embarrassed that I didn't notice he was like this, and wasted 2 years to build up to this letdown. As I packed my car, I said as much and told him to not contact me. I blocked him everywhere, and he's now sending our mutual friends messages and voice notes to forward to me. My friends have been mostly on my side. Seeing him is a bit pitiful, and I can see that. One of the male friends we have in common mentioned that he's been watching podcasts recently about masculinity, and I have a feeling this is where he got the idea to stall my future and put me under his foot to only serve his dreams and goals. I feel angry the more I think about it. He loved those podcasts, men's ideas, more than he loved me, and now he expects me to feel sorry that he can't afford the rent without my contribution. But I believe he still thinks I'm the gold digger for not accepting an unfair division of effort and labor. If this has happened to any other women, how did you address it? I'm annoyed I let it trickle and accumulate for 2 months before addressing. Moving forward, I won't enter a relationship without having this outlined at the dating stage. I'm in my 30s now and don't want to deal with men expecting free women labor because society makes them believe it's worthless in comparison to what they do.